So, welcome to another little tutorial, this time for OBS Assist 2, which is the imaginatively named update to the OBS Assist. So I'll show you a couple of things in this tutorial. Firstly, I'll show you what is new in the OBS Assist 2, and then I'll quickly just show you a couple of things that you need to know if you've already put all of your schedule data and center data in to the OBS Assist to help you copy it across to the Assist version 2. So changes. The main change is that all of the lesson names now reflect the new nomenclature that Nick Steele sent out. So for example, if we go into pre-intermediate workplace, we'll see that now we have this P04 CEA lesson identifier, if you like, which some of you may be familiar with since the most recent update. Everything else operates the same. Obviously it's the same for all of the different levels that we've done and all of the pathways that you have defined in the different syllabus worksheets. So that's the main change. One other small change is to do with a couple of changes that people asked me if they could make. So if I go into unhide, so for example the P syllabus, now there are, for example, certain trials that are going on, and if you want to add those lessons into, for example, the workplace pathway, so these are the Thailand workplace lessons, it's quite simple to add them in now. You would basically go into the relevant syllabus, copy and paste in the first column in the square immediately underneath the table, and it'll update everything else for you, get the lesson IDs, the names and so on. So for example, if we look at this one, which is P75 CEA, now if we were to go into the P, we'll see that those lessons have been added into that selection, and equally they've been added into the brains of the system when it's automating the lesson selection for you. Okay, so obviously depending on which lessons you wish to add in, the options are there. So for example, there's the writing pilot that Vietnam want to add in. Same principle exactly. You go in, copy those. In this case there aren't any existing, so you would just choose the first of the table, press paste, and it would do the same, pulling out all of that information from the syllabus documents. Okay, and there again, if you went in and looked at that particular group, you'll see that all of those lessons that we've just thrown in there are available. Okay, and equally they're available for the system. Okay, so those are the main changes that have taken place. Now I'll just undo that to reset. Alright, so let me hide that again. Now obviously some of you might have already been using this software, so you've set this all up. Obviously you don't want to go through the hassle of typing every single thing in again. So you can copy and paste in most cases. The only things you probably need to type in are the center number names at the top here. Once you've typed those two in, or however many you've got, if you've only got one then it's just one, you can copy and paste all of the other information, teacher, time slots, rooms and so on, straight into the center data page without any difficulty whatsoever. The one place where there's a slight challenge is on the schedule data page. So I'm gonna open up an example of a timetable where we've got our schedule data with various teachers and rooms and so on information in there. Now what we would do, we are going to do a kind of copy and paste. Excuse that for a moment. What we'll do is we'll do a little copy and paste here. Before we do that, we have to make room for the new data to go in. So what we'll do here is just delete, I think, as I showed you before, except this time we're just going to grab all of the data that we've already created, copy that, and then go into the OBS Assist 2 and paste. Now you're going to get a number of these windows that pop up. That's basically because there's some programming that means that this table gives you all of these different options to have drop-down menus. Now basically all of these will say that one of the names already exists. Okay, in all cases you're just going to click yes. Okay, and this basically just tells it to look within OBS Assist 2 for the answers, which is what we want it to do. Now the next part is a little bit trickier. Basically what you'll need to do is select C and E, and you'll notice there's obviously something missing in the middle. If you right click there and do unhide, we get this hidden column called day num. Now you don't have to have this column hidden. You can leave it exposed after this. I tend to hide it just because it's not something you want to be changing. Now you'll see at the moment it has this #ref screech name, and that's because it's got all of this information. Basically it's looking in some faraway place to get its reference data, and in fact we just want it to look here. Alright, and the way we get it to do that is basically if you look through the VLOOKUP, there'll be a load of information up to where there's this square bracket at day. Okay, what we want to do is everything between the open bracket and the square bracket we are just going to delete, so that we just have square bracket open day, and after the comma the same thing again, this time all the way up to where it says day num ref. Okay, and we delete that. So basically what you want to have is a VLOOKUP that only has this square brackets at day, comma, day num underscore ref, square bracket #all, comma 2, comma false. Okay, once you've done that and you press enter, you should hopefully see that this turns into a number and loses its @ref. To avoid having to do that for all of them, at the bottom right hand corner you'll see that the cursor turns into this kind of small black plus sign. You just drag all the way down to the bottom of the group, let go, and it copies that data across. Okay, then if you're me and you want to hide this, you just right click and hide, though of course you can leave it exposed if you want, and that's pretty much it. Then you can use it as you normally had. Obviously if you did have a bunch of data already in the syllabus in terms of group data and saved positions and so on, you might want to copy and paste your group data across from your OBS Assist first as well, but obviously that depends on your situation. Alright, that's all for now.